Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this past week's trades and the weekly recap. Now, before I get into the trades for the week, I did finish the week with 20 wins, 3 losses for a win rate of 86.96, and 11 of those 20 wins were over 100%. So it was a good week, a great way to start the new year of 2021. So if you want to see the plays and timestamps, you can go on my Twitter, or you can go on past alerts in the Discord room, and you can see the timestamps of all the calls before they happen, not after, before. And yeah, with that said, we'll get started. Monday, I wasn't even planning on trading that much on Monday, and somehow I managed to have 7 trades, so it was kind of ridiculous. But yeah, I had 6 wins and 1 loss on Monday. I started out with Baba was the first one. I had Baba 245 calls at 9:36. As you can see, I got Baba on the 10-minute on the right and the 1 hour on the left. And this was the 23rd. Where's the 4th? Right here. I mean, as you can see, Baba had a big drop, popped up a little bit. Baba's just been riddled with news after news. First, China's going after them. Then Jack Ma is missing. Then he's found. Then he's missing. Oh, I don't know. It's just so many. It's hard to keep up with what's going on with Baba. But anyways, it had a big gap down from Friday, and it started to show a little life and bounce. So when it got through VWAP right here and did pop a little bit, I had 245 calls at 84 cents, and the pop wasn't that much, but the calls were very, very expensive, and I had to go way outside the money. I mean, here it is at 229 at the time, and I got 245 calls at 84 cents. So they even labeled they were risky because it was so far out of the money, and they didn't go that far. They only went from 84 cents to 90 cents. So I mean, they were just too far out of the money, and I instantly regretted getting in. So I got out while it was green, so I was happy with that. Then the next one was BA. Now I grabbed where was BA? 4th. Right there. I had BA 195 puts at 90 cents, and I grabbed them at 1009. So 1009 is probably right here. Yeah, right in this candle, right in here. It dropped hard, it popped back up to over VWAP and got rejected hard, and that's when I grabbed it right here, and she just fell apart. So those 195 puts went from 90 cents to $2.05. So it was a 100% move right there on the downside if he held the entire way. Then I grabbed SPY. 372 calls on the 4th right here. No, a blow up the day before. I mean, obviously SPY gapped up and it just sold off. I mean, we had BA, so I wasn't too worried about missing that. But I did try to catch the knife, and I grabbed 372 calls at 90 cents, and I grabbed them at 1038. 1038 is probably right here. 1038. Oh, it was right in here. You can see this big wick right here. I grabbed it right in here, and I got that little pop with that little wick right there, and they went from 90 cents to $1.15, and you know, the slightest bit of green, I just was getting in and out, and I just didn't want to. I wasn't sure how much further this would drop, so I tried to catch the knife, and I just went up just a little bit. I got out. Then I tried to catch it again at 1048, which was right here, right in this little pop, right in here. I tried to get it right here, but I didn't get out fast enough, and in fact, I don't think that they ever even turned green for a split second or nothing. Then it just flushed. So that ended up being loss number 1. Then I ended up grabbing SPY calls again. I kept trying to catch the knife, and this time I grabbed the let's see, 367 calls at 12.13, which is right here. Yeah, right in here, right on this wick. They went from 80 cents to $1.06. Then I grabbed them again, the 367 calls again, and I grabbed them at 62 cents. Now, the first time I grabbed them right here in that little pop, and I got rid of it, and it dropped down for like a double bottom right here. Then it started to come back up, and I was a lot more comfortable with this one when it made a double bottom and started to bounce up over. So that one was a good one. This was where was it? This catch right here, and right, that was the loss. But the first one I got lucky at getting out green, because that should have been a loss, but I got out fast enough where it was green, and this one was a nice little green short little scalp, and then this one was the nice bounce. So they ended up going from 62 cents to I think let's see, I think it was $1.99. So they went over 200% right here on this bounce. So that was a nice little play on that. Then I ended up grabbing SPX, I think at the end of the day, yeah, at 3 o'clock. Let's put SPX up so you can actually see that. Let's get the right day here. The 4th, right here. Now I grabbed the 3710s at $1.20 at 259, which is right here, right in here. See, it has the, let me just back out just a little bit so we can see. Make sure I get the right date, because we had the other bounce right here, then it pulled back a little bit, then right when it started to drop, it came back, had this big green candle, came back really fast. So I grabbed the 3710 calls at $1.20, and it went sideways right here. And whenever it chops the slightest bit on expiration day, regardless of what time it is, especially in the afternoon around 3, they're going to get smashed, and they got smashed. And I believe that they ended up going to like like 60 cents from $1.20. I mean, they pulled back like 50% on the option call. So, but they did get a big pop, and they ended up turning green, and I got out when they turned green at like $1.35. So that ended up working out. Those end of the day plays are the most risky, because you just don't know which way the market makers are going to take SPY. Are they going to smash it? Are they going to pop it? You just don't know. And usually they like to squeeze after a big down day, and I mean, it went from 37.70 to it dropped almost 100 points. So to me, I thought they were going to squeeze it, and they did. It's just I timed it wrong. So if I timed it back here, they would have gone 100% if I timed it right. But timing these end of the day plays are really hard, and no matter how much experience you have, it's just you don't know if they're going to squeeze it the last half an hour, the last 15 minutes, the last 2 hours. You just don't know. So they're impossible to time. So you just have to wait for it. Then Tuesday, I only had one play on Tuesday, because Tuesday I had internet issues. The cable provider, this was down all over the Providence here, so I was lucky enough to get in a play and get out before I lost internet, and then I just lost it all day long until like 2 o'clock. And when I finally got internet back and was back up and running, I was like, I'm not trading anymore today. I'm not gonna, whenever a day starts out wrong, or it knocks me off my game a little bit, or knocks me mentality wise, I don't trade. I said, nope, I'm not trading anymore today. I had a nice 200% winner today. I'm gonna stay out of it. So I stayed out and just answered questions in the room, and I didn't do it anymore. So even though I had a great week, I had internet issues Tuesday, and I had a little bit on Thursday and Friday. I mean, I don't know what's happening with my provider. I mean, I've had them for like 3 years. I've never had issues, and this week they're just having issues. And hopefully that everything works out, so I don't have to deal with that crap next week. So it was very frustrating, annoying to deal with. But anyways, enough with the ranting. I did grab Baba 242.50 calls at 9:32. Now, like I said, Baba been getting smashed, and it started to get a little momentum. Then Jack Ma was disappeared or whatever, and then then I was like, okay, this is making a possible cup and handle that when it gets a big dump like this, it pops up, and they like to come back and retest the breakout area, which the breakout area is right here, and that's exactly what it did. It tested it right here, then it just chopped all day on Monday, which is right here. It just went sideways on Monday, trying to gap up, then it sold off a tiny bit. So when it started to take off right here, right before market opened, I was like looking at it. If it got over pre-market highs of like, I think it was 230 where I called it. Yeah, it was over 230 because the 200 moving average was right there, the purple line. So as soon as it got over that, I don't like playing the first 10 minutes because that's where the most fake outs is, but sometimes you just have to go with your gut. If you think a strong move is going to come, and just go for it. And just hope it's not a fake out. But if you wait for a fake out, sometimes you miss the big move. And okay, let's take this for instance. Now, if I waited the first 10 minutes and for the fake outs to happen, I would have missed this whole giant candle right here, and I would have basically bought it at 235. I mean, it still would have been a good play, but I would have missed the massive pop. So I just looked at it from the point of view, it gets over pre-market highs, gets over 200 EMA, I'm jumping in, and it did retest this former breakout area, and it's starting to shape into a cup and handle pattern. So that's why I took it, and they went from the 242.50 calls, went from 99 cents to 340. So that was a good play for Tuesday. Now Wednesday, Wednesday I had SPY, and I think I got faked out on this one. I did, yep. Let's see, I grabbed the first play of the day was SPY. Let's see what that says. 368 puts at $1, and I got them at 933. Red at open now. Where is it on the hourly? Yeah, as you can see, it had this big dump, and you can see there's like a little channel right here, a bear flag. So when it started to break below this little area right here, pre-market, I jumped in. Now, let's see if I can switch it to the 3-minute, and you can probably see it better. Which day was it? Was it this one? Let's blow it up right here. Yeah, as you can see right here, the first 2-minute candle. Make sure I get the right day, the 6th. Okay. This is the little area I was looking at right here. They had the big red candle, and I jumped in, and then it went down just a tiny bit, enough to get me in, and it popped on me, and that was the first loss of the day. Then I ended up grabbing Apple calls. I grabbed 130 Apple calls on the 6th right here. Now, Apple had the big gap down from Tuesday, and it had a big dump right here, and I grabbed the let's see, 130 calls at 1010, which should be right about right here, right in this area. Yep. It gaps down and it drops, then it makes a J hook. Here's a nice little J hook, and then the J hooks are basically, it comes down and just does a quick reversal, makes a nice little J, and you buy it right at where the J breaks, right in there. So that's why I ended up grabbing it to 130 calls, 96 cents, and then we went to 226. So that was a nice play. Then I ended up playing SPY again. I played SPY quite a bit on Wednesday. Let's see, Wednesday, right here. Yeah, I remember these ones. I was playing while it was. Let me just blow up actually Wednesday so we can get a closer look. While it was popping hard, I was shorting it. And I played the 375 puts at 70 cents at 1052, which is right here. I got this little candle, and I thought, okay, we got a topping candle, and we're gonna drop. So as soon as I rejected this area, let's see, let's bring this out. Let's see, where is it on the hourly? Is this it right here, the 6th? Yeah, you can see a double top right here. Right in this area, right, I think it was right We blow it up just a little bit so we can see. 1052. Yeah, so you can see right in this area it was double topping right in here, but it actually, then there was another double top up there too. So, but excuse me. When I grabbed it right here, they went from 70 cents to 99 cents in that little drop. Then I ended up grabbing them again when they got that 62 cents to 375 puts. I got them at 11.24 again, which is right here when it came back up. As you can see, I grabbed it here, it popped a little, and then it came back down. I grabbed them there again at 62 cents, and then went from 62 to 89, and then it popped again at after this play, and then I grabbed them. I grabbed the 377 puts at let's see, at 146. 377 puts, 146. It should be what? No. Well, 146. Right here, the double top. As you can see on the hourly, this was the double top. It came up, rejected it, and then it came back up and it chopped, and that's when I ended up grabbing it again right in this candle. And then we had news. I can't remember what the news was, but there was something that came out. I think that might have been, yeah, no, the news. This was when they stormed the Capitol. This is what happened right here. This is when they stormed the Capitol. So I had it right here, right before the news came out, before all the action happened, and that ended up going from 74 cents to $1. 74 cents to $4.09 if you held through the entire move. And it was just weird how it was just chopping right in here. Then I ended up grabbing SPY 375 puts at 40 cents. I grabbed another layer at 224, which was right in here when it popped back up. Now we had the big drop, and obviously the 377s went from 74 cents to $4.09. When it popped up here again, I grabbed the 375 puts at 40 cents, and they went from 40 cents to 235. Because, I mean, even though I had the big drop, it came back up. It was storming the Capitol, and the thing that was going on in Washington was pretty significant in my eyes, and it's never happened in like since a couple hundred years when the British did it, or the Canada went in and burned down the Capitol building back in 1812 or 1814, whatever it is. My history, I'm not very good at history, but it was that point in time. It's the last time that actually happened, when someone breached the White House. But when it popped, I mean, I got in for another layer really, really quick. So definitely was happy with that on Wednesday. Then let's see, Thursday, I ended up grabbing, let's see, NVIDIA. I grabbed NVIDIA 540 calls. Let's see, make sure I get the right date. Now, I mean, NVIDIA just being a collapse with the Capitol thing, and so when it started moving up pre-market, I mean, after hours of pre-market, I ended up buying the 540 calls at 90 cents, and I mean, if it's 520, so 540 calls were kind of outside the money, so I was a little leery of it. But I mean, it just, NVIDIA, every time it has a big dip, it just ends up rebounding. So I liked it, so I grabbed them at 90 cents, and they went from 90 cents to 242 if you held all the way through for 150% gain. And then I ended up grabbing Apple calls. I grabbed the Apple 140 calls. I grabbed them at 956 right here when it broke. It was 956. It was right in here when it broke to 200 EMA. It gapped up. It was rising pre-market and after hours, and I was looking at it right here, but I stayed out because I was thinking of SPY, how I got caught in that. I just like, no. Plus, I had my eye on NVIDIA. It dropped down. Then when it came back up, and it broke over this pre-market high in this previous 10-minute candle right here, and I saw the 200 EMA was right there. Once it broke to the 200 EMA, that's when I ended up grabbing the Apple calls at 81 cents. And they went from 81 cents to $1.98 if you held all the way through for another 150% move. Then I ended up grabbing QCOM, and QCOM I forgot all about. I had it on my watch list, and I just forgot all about it. And I heard it on the scanner, and I jumped right in as soon as I heard it. Now I ended up grabbing 155 calls at 97 cents at 10.27, which was right here, 10.27, right in this candle right here, right in this area somewhere. Might be it might be this pullback right here. So yeah, I grabbed the 155 calls at 97 cents. I'm like, okay, it's at 154 right now. I mean, all I need to do is go up $1 and it's going to be in the money. And they went, I mean, in the money, obviously, and went from 97 cents to $1.80, almost 100%, not quite, but if he held overnight, it would have gone 100%, but I don't like holding things overnight, especially with after what happened Wednesday with the Capitol and drama with the in Washington. So between storming the Capitol and the political drama, I just didn't want to hold anything overnight because you just don't know what's going to happen, and I didn't want to deal with the risk. So then I ended up grabbing Target. Target was my second loss of the week. Yeah, the third loss. Yeah, it was my third. Yeah, because I had SPY. Yeah, so that was my third and last loss of the week was Target. Now, Target. Let's see, Target on the 7th. Now, the reason I had Target, I mean, you look at this on the hourly. Every time there's a big disconnect between the orange line, which is the RCT trend line, and price, it acts as a magnet and gravitates towards it. So I mean, when it gets too far out, it comes down to it, it gets pulled to it. So I was looking at it when it got this far extended. I was actually looking at it this day on Wednesday, and I didn't want to hold overnight. Good thing I didn't because it popped. And then I was looking at it on Thursday, and I got in at 10.58, which is right here. No, 10.58. Right here. Right when it started to breach the VWAP. And it did drop down below, but it just chopped enough where it didn't turn green, and it just chopped and stayed above VWAP, and then it kept going on Friday. So that Target will be definitely one that I watch next week because of the extreme what do you want to call it, disconnect between RCT and the price action. So I think it's going to come down and test it soon, so maybe next week. Then I had let's see. Well, I also had a swing in the room. Let me bring it up now. I don't have it on Twitter. Okay, I guess so many windows open here I can't see. Now I had gonna go to my alert section. Now back on Wednesday, let me bring up SPY. Back on Wednesday, I grabbed Friday's 370 puts at 83 cents on the 6th, which was right here. It was when I was grabbing the, I gotta go back to my stats here and see. Should have brought it up before I did Thursday, but yeah, it was when I was grabbing the 377 and 375 puts. I actually was considering swinging the 370 puts overnight on SPY, and I ended up grabbing them for Friday at because it's not time stamped, I can't see it. Okay, I had to bring up the actual put itself, so I ended up grabbing them at let's see, the 83 cents. So it was right in here. It was 83 cents. Yeah, it was right in here where I ended up grabbing it for Friday, and I was gonna swing it over the night, Wednesday night, when all this things was going on, and I was like, okay, it just ended up doing so well that I ended up selling almost all my position. Let's see, I'm trying to look back. Let's see. Yeah, I sold most of my position at $2. I mean, from 83 cents. So when I sold it right in here, I sold them at, of course I can't see the timestamps in the room, but yeah, I sold some at 125, then I sold some at 175. I sold more at 2 and 2. So I ended up selling almost all my positions except for maybe a couple of contracts. And even if they went to zero, it still ended up green for the days for that play. So overall, even though I let the rest expire, that it ended up being green overall because I had 83 cents. I sold them well over 100%, up to $2. So, and I was just thinking, if I don't sell now, I'm gonna regret it. I'm gonna do something stupid, and the next day it ended up gapping up, and they were at 44 cents. So I just wanted to bring up the actual price contracts, so you could actually see that. I'm glad I did that, because if I actually didn't sell at $2 and got greedy, hoping for a bigger dump, and I would have taken a loss on that, but luckily I didn't do that. So now getting back into Friday. Friday I had 4 wins. First one was Baidu. Baidu. I'll get back to the 10-minute. I don't like seeing the 3-minute. I grabbed Baidu puts, 215 puts at 92 cents, right at open, well at 9.35. I had a big gap up, and I just was looking, okay, if it gets beneath this 225 level, below VWAP and 20 EMA, I will grab it. So they went from 92 cents to 216. Now the thing I hate about Baidu is the spreads are so nasty. I mean, especially at open, and even sometimes in the middle of the day, the spreads are really, really nasty. I don't like touching Baidu, but I had a feeling it was going to make a good move, and I'm kind of glad I grabbed it, because they ended up going 100%, 92 cents to 216. So that was a good play. Then I ended up playing SPY. I grabbed 380 puts at 90 cents at 9:30, 9:47, which should be right in here. I think I grabbed it right here. As you can see, it's chopping right in here, and it can't get over this 381, and I bought it right in this candle, and it started to pop up. I wasn't worried about it as long as it stayed below this candle right here and pre-market high. Every time I got to 381, it got rejected hard, and then it got smashed right there, and so they went from 90 cents to 170 right there. Then it popped back up. When it got back up here again, I grabbed the 380 puts again at 11.10, which is right here. I grabbed right below VWAP. I grabbed them again. This time they were at 70 cents, and they went from 70 to $3.05 if you held all the way through. Then the last play of the day was Roku. Now Roku was very, very annoying to watch. I mean, Roku it's just had such a nasty run. I think Roku's going to pull back too next week, and it will probably pull back hard on Monday, because Roku's been doing that. Like Friday, it will have, this is Friday. Yeah, see right here. Let's blow this up right in here. See, Friday is right here, and it just chopped. It had a little bit of a drop, and then it slams on Monday. I've been noticing that's what happens on a lot of the tickers like Roku, is that they chop because the premiums are cheap and close to at the money, and then when Monday comes, the premiums are so expensive, you have to go so far out the money. They have the biggest moves, and you don't really make that much because you're too far out of the money, even though the move is big. So and as you can see, and every time it gets far away from this RCT trend line right here, smash and smash, and then it gets smashed right here, but it gets pulled up to it like a magnet. So every time it gets away from it, this is the mean right here, what do you call it, the median, I guess. That any time it gets too far away from it, it comes back to this area. So I grabbed Roku 390 puts at 11.35, which was right here. Now, as you can see, Let me blow up this day so you can see. It's flat topping. I mean, it is having a bullish ascending wedge, but it's at $400, and $400 is a big number, and it just can't get over this area. And it did for a second and get slammed, and it just can't get over it. Then when it went up really quick and got slammed, I grabbed it, and then it just chopped. And this was where it was annoying, right in here. It just chopped and chopped, and it finally fell apart right there. So those 390 puts went from 50 cents to 365 right there. So they went in the money. And the move doesn't look like much, but the move is a $10 move. So technically, yeah, 400 to 387.50. So you're talking a almost 13 point, almost a 12 and a half point move right there. And on a Friday expiration, that's extremely big. So yeah, that's what happened with Roku. It was very, like I said, very frustrating to watch. I hope that these recaps help and let you know the mindset and what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and what I'm thinking and why I take the trades I do and stuff like that. So hopefully this helps. And that is going to do it for the video. Make sure that you're in the room. If you're not, the link is in the description of the video and in the bio section of Twitter and StockTwits or any other social media you may be watching from. So that's going to do it. Thank you for watching.